this time of year, you're looking for like any nugget, any tiny bit of information to bench race and preview the upcoming season. Well, this wasn't a nugget, this was a bomb. When we found out that Eli Tomac and Haiden Deegan, who do not seem to have anything in common besides the fact that they're teammates with Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing, are working together, put out a video with Monster Energy. That's the marketing angle. But from a performance perspective, I was taken aback. I really do see how they could learn from each other and both benefit, not just Deegan, obviously, from Tomac, but I think Tomac as well.
I thought it was computer generated. I really did.
I
thought it was Monster Energy AI, right? I stared at the screen over and over trying to figure out how I was being duped.
Yeah.
But I really think this is a great idea. And the risk for all of these riders, when you practice with another alpha, you think about how Chase Sexton and Ken Roczen practiced together over the summer. I think Ken Roczen benefited from that and ended up beating Chase Sexton in the SMX playoffs. Well, for Eli Tomac and Haiden Deegan, they don't have to worry about that. Eli Tomac will be long gone by the time Haiden Deegan shows up on a 450, so they can kind of unfold all their secrets. Eli Tomac can share all of his legendary training tactics. I think Haiden Deegan can show Eli Tomac some new techniques, some of the way he scrubs, stays low over the jumps, and both of them can benefit without any real risk. So I think it's a genius move. I think it was a very unlikely move, but genius nonetheless.
Yeah, we say it's unlikely because the Deegans have been all about showing everyone everything in their lives, and Tomac has been really one of the most reserved athletes we've ever seen. But lately, Tomac has started to open up, so maybe we shouldn't have been quite as surprised. And you'll see again, every time we talk to him, the guy's loving life. Here's JT.
Well, Eli Tomac, we're back, and I think everybody watching that Denver Supercross last year was wondering, is this the last time we're going to see Eli Tomac? Is he coming back in 2024? But here you are. We're a month away from the season, and I think the number one question was, what was the deciding factor in returning? How close were you to actually walking away?
Mm-hmm. Well, the deciding factor was just not wanting to leave the sport in that fashion, like rolling off the field with or the track with an injury, going out like that, and the way it happened, and being in that position of basically having the championship on lock, which you should never assume after this, after what happened to me. It was sickening. It left an empty feeling in my stomach, and I wasn't satisfied to go out that way. And then the next thing that happened is, hey, can I get healed in enough time, or be healed enough for the next season? And I had that window, so that was the deciding factor to come back.
Well, big news this offseason, add a new teammate in Cooper Webb, which has been a championship rival for you for a long time, but also you got to spend some time with Haiden Deegan. So you can kind of walk us through that team dynamic of getting to ride with Haiden a little bit, but also adding this big championship rival to the truck.
That's right. So Cooper's on board now. To be honest, we haven't ridden together hardly at all, because I've been in Colorado, he's been in Florida. We're on the same team now, so there are going to be some, there's some shared information now. But I don't feel like much changes for right now, just because where we're at, our training environment, and kind of for where we're at in our careers. But I feel like we're both just gonna go out there, do us, be ourselves, and that's that. And then that's my mindset, at least. But for preseason training, Haiden did come out. Brian asked us to, hey, can Haiden come out and ride? And we also had to get permission from the team, and they let him come up there for a couple of weeks. So it was cool to ride with a young 250 guy. Hayden's riding Supercross really well. He's green with and fresh with Supercross, but he's well on track. He's got good endurance, and it's one thing I was impressed with was the endurance for a kid that young on the Supercross track.
So post-injury, Jett Lawrence goes on this run all summer long, goes undefeated. How locked in were you? Were you paying attention? Did you take a break? Just your thoughts overall on his season and how engaged you were in that.
So initially, I was just mad at the world. I didn't watch motocross for at least the first month, and then somewhere in there, once he got to 10 wins, 12 wins, I'm like, yeah, I probably should start watching this guy that just can't lose. So that, and then I started watching him and trying to study, what's this guy doing to be this much better than everyone. So that was the summer. Yeah, obviously he had an incredible season, and I'm excited I get to race him.
Final question. January's been a mixed bag for you over the course of your career. Notoriously slow starts in January, but then as you've moved to Monster Yamaha Star Racing, it's gotten better. You won Anaheim 1. Your results on average have come way down in January. Coming off this injury, what does success look like and feel like, not only at the opener, but just in January in general now?
Well, success just feels like not losing touch of the championship, within that first month or so. And then also having your motorcycle in a spot that you're not playing with it, every weekend, and you're comfortable with what you got, your race package. So that's something I struggled with in the past, is like, you think you're all good, you do your training in November, December, you think your bike's really good, and you show up to the race and it's like a disaster. So at least that has been my case in the past. But over time, I seem like I've gotten a little bit better at that, and just staying, like I said, within touch, through January, not losing too many points.
Cool. Thanks, man. We'll see you in a month.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, folks. Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.